Good day. Welcome to King William's Everything. Got out Mr. G3 here, but that's not what we're going to look at today. This guy, about a month or so ago, I got him for about 15 bucks at a garage sale. Of course, he has the puck mouse, the original keyboard, and nice lime green. I did upgrade the operating system on it to 9.22, I believe. I put some games. I put SimCity, Ultima, a couple other little games on there. So I've really been enjoying this, but there's one that I've wanted for a long time, like really bad. And my friend, let me zoom over here. Oh, what is this? I had worked on this probably about a minimum 5-10 years ago, between 5 and 10 years ago. I can't remember if it didn't turn on or there's something wrong with it or the printer didn't, something didn't work. And I fixed it for him and I said, you ever want to get rid of it? Let me know. So guess what he did? He let me know. He said, come get it. And this is a iMac G4 with the nice little swivel bezel. And this is the 15-inch one. So it's not the high-end one. It's kind of like the first one from 2002. It has 800 megahertz processor, 256 mega RAM, and I think a 60 gig hard drive. Of course, it's got Ethernet, a couple FireWire ports, USB ports, and of course the best part, the little acrylic speakers. So you got to have those for this. But I wanted this for a long time, and I'm kind of glad they said come get it, and I'm going to really enjoy it. We got to do a little bit of cleaning, but one of the things that is wrong with this is the PRAM battery is dead, so it does not keep time. You can go and click it on it to sync with Apple time, and then of course it'll sync up the time. But without the battery, if the battery finally does go bad, because you remember this is 18 years old, the battery finally does go dead. This fellow, he's not going to turn on anymore. That's what was the problem with the G3. I bought it broken, and I put new PRAM battery in, and away it went. And it's kind of funny because I bought a 4-pack of these. These are just half-size AA batteries, but they're lithium ion. They don't recharge or anything. They're just lithium ion. And the G3 was about 20 years old on that, and this one's 18 years old. So this is from 2002. So definitely got your money out of these batteries. So I bought a 4-pack, not because I wanted 4, but because 4 was cheaper than 1. So you can figure that out. So I figured, what am I going to do with 3 batteries? Well, guess what? He needs the battery. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to replace his battery. So let's do that. Let's take it. We're going to have to take him apart. I'm going to flip him down, put him on here, a nice towel so he's nice and safe. Doesn't get all scratched up or anything. And we're going to replace the battery. So let's do that. Okay, so we have it flipped over. I already got one screw out. You can see they have a little spring retainer on them. And these seem like they're already pretty loose. Or is this one loose? Yeah, they're already loose. So me thinks somebody's been in here. Or maybe they're just normally loose. So let's see if we can get this off. Ooh. Maybe. Come on. There we go. And see what's kind of cool about this. It has all the specs etched into it. Let's see. Talks about interference. Here's the specs. Designed by Apple in California. The product, blah, 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 blah. Here's 2002. Thought I had the specs on here somewhere. Maybe, maybe not. Device must accept any interference. Canada. Oh, anyway, you get the idea. Neat little aluminum plate. Then we're going to get a little Torx. Okay, so it does not have any memory in here, so that's cool. It is dusty though. We have Torx, and I think there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get those out next. All right, so to get the bottom part off and separated, see there's like a little seam here. I think we need to take out these little Torx bits. I don't know what size this one is. I don't think it's even labeled. It's got a label on it. It is a USA. Unknown, but we're going to use a little Torx bit. Get this on here. Let's see. And hopefully, I don't know if these are captive or not. Yeah, these are quite a bit tighter. These are on springs or they just pop out. Oh, it's long. Oh, those are quite long. Oh, look, they have thread locker on them too. They don't want those coming out, that's for sure. Maybe they are stuck in there. So anyway, there's one. Let's get the other one. This one's nice and tight. Snug. I guess this one has not been apart. I remember working on this, I'm going to say it's been minimum 5 years ago. And for some reason, I think it didn't boot, or maybe it didn't do something, or couldn't get a printer to work. It was something wacky. And I fixed it, and I mentioned to the guy if you ever want to get rid of it, because, you know, it's an obsolete computer. But, you know, 5 years ago, you may have still been able to use it a little bit. But the problem is, the internet has changed so much that it's basically useless now. Oh, they do come out. Just gotta get them all the way out. There we go. There's 2. Oops. 3. And number 4. It does have the air card too, so that's pretty cool. I wasn't sure if I had wires. I played with it for about a minute or two just to look at it, but I didn't spend a ton of time on it. Not that you can connect anything with an air card anymore. If you have a weapon 2.4 gigahertz, you might be able to, but I'm not sure anymore. So let's see if we can take out this little adapter. Yeah, let's stand him up. Let's see if he wants to come apart. Anybody? Oh, it's going to fight me. It's going to fight a guy. There it goes. I guess if you give a little tug. Oh, she is dirty. Hold on, let me turn you around so you can see it. So you figure this has been 18 years since this fellow has been cracked open, or 18 years worth of dirt. Let's see if we can get this without breaking it. There it goes. I'm gonna kind of get you mobile here. Hold on, hang on. Let's see, here is the PRAM battery. Let me get you in there. Oh, there he is, right there. Look at all the dirt. We're going to have to definitely dust this fellow out. But, oh yeah, that's the original PRAM battery too. This is the same one that was in the G3 that I had just done. Let's see if we can pop her out. I'll go back over here for you guys. Let's see what year this is. See? PRAM. And it says it is the year... March 02. March 2002. Definitely got your money out of that. So we are going to replace it with, oh, this is almost the same color. I think the other one might have been green, now I think about it. But it's just a half AA, so as long as you get half AA lithium battery, you'll be good. I guess it's not too dirty. It's got some dust bunnies in here we can pull out. Of course, you have to put it in the correct way. Some more dust. More dust bunnies. That's not too bad. Let's see which way this goes in. Okay, so we have the PRAM battery in. Of course, it goes like that. And this is the, oh yeah, this is the old one. So got the new one in right there. I'm going to give this a little dusting. I did notice that I'm out of compressed air, but I figure this will be good enough. Let's get some of the loose dirt out of here. Let's see, there's quite a bit of just loose dust. For the heat pipe here, the little heat sink here, there's no compound on there. So we're going to put a little compound on that. That way it'll give it a fighting chance in the future. But it looks like everything else is pretty clean. There's just some of the fluff, the loose fluff that was in here. But I'll get that. That's processor right there. So we'll just give her a little quick dusting. I'm definitely gonna put some thermal compound on the heat pipe here, because it's feels like it probably has been taken apart and cleaned, but not cleaned or reapplied the heat or the heat sink compound. That's pretty good. I was trying to find some more memory. This is a 256. Let's see, PC133. I did find a bunch of memory of these guys, but I don't know. That's PC133. Oh, let me give this a little dusting too. It's a little filthy. Now, you know, once you clean this, it'll never work again. Yeah, I looked around for the correct memory for the laptop memory for the bottom, and I could not find any memory. So we'll have to do that in another day. I got lots of PC 2700, no PC 133. I think just because it's so old, I don't have it anymore. But at least we'll dust him off a little bit. And now we're going to put them back together. So we'll just kind of reverse the steps, plop the top on, and I think that's it, because the main goal was get that battery replaced. Having a 18-year-old battery in there, no good. And better put these little fresh ones. I don't even know if these little fresh ones have a date on them. Let's see, do they? Something. They don't even say. They didn't say. Anyway, so let's put this back together and see if it works. And then we'll come back another time, put the memory in. The main goal is to get this working again. But let's see. All the plugs are good. Oh, heatsink. Let's get some heatsink. So I do have some thermal grease. I got a little syringe of, what brand is this? I think this came with a Raspberry Pi or something. This is some thermal heatsink compound paste. Oops, no name. And then also have some heatsink silicone compound, and that's what we're going to use. I like the white stuff. I had a tube of this for like industrial type stuff, but since this guy's already open, it's even got a heatsink stuck to it. We're going to give him a little squirt. Let's see how this does without making a mess. And get my head in the way. That's all right. Let's see if we can get this him off. Let's see if we can get the squirt out a little bit. There it goes. You don't need a lot on here, just enough to give it a coating. There we go. And it'll kind of mush it around. I think that's the only spot that this actually transfers heat. So I think that'll work. And of course I made a little bit of a mess, but you gotta make a mess. And we're gonna try with one shot, get this on there straight. What do you think we'll get it on there straight? What are the odds? What do you think? Pretty good? Oops. There we go. And I think what I'll do, before I seal this up, I'm going to see if it works. So let me plug him in. Where's Mr. Plug? I found Mr. Plug. Because if we got to take it apart, I'd rather find out now. Okay. You hear the dong? Oh, I had the speakers disconnected. Let me see. The display's on. Let's see. Get him over here. Let's get him over here a little bit more. Can't tell if the display's on or not. Did I hear it go bong? said it's always going to break. So it does power on. Hear the hard drive buzz up. And hear it go bong. Don't see the display on. Could be I had that PRAM battery in backwards. No, it couldn't be. I do hear the hard drive spinning. Sounds like it's accessing. But I don't see. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to reseat the memory. It's part of the fun of taking things apart. Especially vintage things that did work, now they don't work. Okay, so that's in. Let's just do this. It seems like it wants to fight a guy. I'd love to hear it go bong. That'll make me feel a little more comfortable that we did not break it. Okay, so it did work. I think I was just being very impatient because you can see we got Mr. Display here. And we're going to put the screws in now. Well, it's running, of course, because that's how I roll. I think we just needed to reseat the memory because I heard it go bong. Didn't wait very long. Mr. Screw in, put that one in, and that should mush down the heatsink compound. Did we get it? Yeah, we got it. There we go. These are surprisingly long for what they are. What's going in? The rings are coming off. There we go. See, I'm kind of excited about this little computer. Like I said, we do need to get the more memory because this only got 256 meg of RAM, which is fine. I mean, that's what it came with. But I'm thinking what we're going to want is just tweak it up a hair more. So maybe what I'll do some more searching. Like I said, I found a ton of these guys, but this is not. It's PC 2700. I got some PC 3200, different ones like that, but no PC 133. That's kind of antique. And I don't even think I got any antique laptops left that I could even swipe it out of. So you may have to go online and get some more memory just to tweak it up. I think I do have some of the PC 133 somewhere. Actually, I know I do, the full-size stuff, but since they're not marked, I think I'll just ignore those because I'm going to say they're probably either 128, 56. Usually when they're bigger ones, they do mark them. Get that in there like that. Where's the other one? I always like when you don't lose all the screws. That's the best part. It made it 18 years with all the parts. We want all the parts to stay. I'm kind of excited it's got the air card. I did not know that. Very fine thread and long. Let's see, did I squish the, okay, make sure we're not connected to the towel. Yes, there's always one that desktops I've always been kind of fascinated with. Not that it's a good performer or anything like that. These were kind of just cool looking. And that's kind of what, you know, something with the G3 was really cool looking. Was it a great performer? No, not really. For the time, it was okay. PCs easily whumped these guys at a much cheaper price. This one, I think, brand new. Like, this is just the stock one. 15-inch, 256 meg RAM. I think it's got a 60 or 80 gig hard drive. It was about $2,000. So kind of a little on the high end, but not super high end, because you would normally pay around $2,000 for like a Pentium 3 500. I'm going to guess probably with a monitor, 2 Gs, and that would kind of perform quite a bit better than this thing. Let's see. I think we're going to want to put it like that. And Mr. Screwdriver. Hopefully, oops, Mr. Screwdriver. Let's see if we can get it in the hole. I'll say probably not. There we go. And these guys, you don't need to crank these things down. They're just, it's just a cover. You definitely don't want to damage it. It's aluminum. And surprisingly, not scratched up or anything. But kind of what this sits on, there's like a little plastic ring right here. That's really what this sits on. It doesn't sit on the aluminum. So you can kind of see there's not much to it. It's in. So let me flip this over for you guys. Okay, so I did set the time. I expected it would be off because we replaced the battery. It says 1969. So we do have time. And what we're going to do now is let's get out of here. And then we will shut down. And shut it down. And we're going to unplug it for a little while. And we'll come back and plug it in, see if it keeps the time. I suspect it should, because we just replaced the battery. And we're going to do some outdoor or outside cleaning on this fellow because he's got a little bit of smudges on him, dirt, and from years of sitting. So I think once we buff him out a little bit, he'll be really nice. He's got a lot of fingerprints. Let me unplug him for a while. And I'll tell you what, we're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes. We're going to come back and see if this fellow kept his time. Actually, second power on. So it's been off about 5-10 minutes. And we're going to check and see if the battery kept its power. So first power on after about 10 minutes being unplugged. So there's no power going to it. And we're going to check up here when he boots all the way up to see if his clock saved the time. So hopefully we got that battery in correctly. I think if I put it in wrong, it's not going to boot. And it's still kind of booting. It's booting. Yeah, it's to launch a lot of these things. Firefox, iTunes, all this stuff set to start up. I've done nothing with this other than I turned it on to make sure it worked. So 6:17. That looks right. But date and time. It should be 2020, not 1969. Because by default, if you lose the PRAM, not enough power to keep it memory settings, that you will have a 1969 time. 2020. So I'm going to say we have succeeded in getting the PRAM battery replaced. So I think the next project is going to be putting some laptop memory in this guy, maybe get another gig, whatever. And I think, I can't remember what operating system we are at on this fellow. Let's see. Let's quit him. And let's quit him. I don't want these things launching. 10.4.11. See 800 megahertz, 256 mega RAM, started disk back. More info. Let's get some more info. So it's got a ETA drive. Let's see what size. Oh, 50. So 60 gig hard drive. Mac Store. And that's about it. And see, it's got 39 gigabyte free. It's got a Pioneer DVD rewriter. So that's pretty sweet. I'll have to give that a test. So that's kind of, I did not realize I had a DVD rewriter. But anyway, that's kind of what we got so far on this guy. Next video we'll do some upgrades, and I'm going to clean this up. I might even just wipe it out and reload an operating system on here so it's nice and fresh and clean, and we can set it up the way we like it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video and you're enjoying the Mac. How cool is this? Something I've always wanted. I mean, just such a nice design. Practical, not really, but cool, absolutely. So anyway, have a great day.